Fantastic. You guys have been super amazing. Keep it up for the one and only fantastic and amazing Fife Hall.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for coming out in the rain. Happy holidays. You got a lot of holiday parties going too? I was actually at a party recently and I was offered mushrooms.
Yeah.
I quickly realized that I'm getting a little too old to do drugs, like mushrooms. Mushrooms isn't the type of drug that you can take spontaneously. And somebody comes up to your party and be like, "Ah, you know what? I'm not doing anything for the next 22 hours, and I really don't care when my shoes end up." So, that's too short for everybody. But it's tough because the stakes are so much higher for a drug like shrooms. I mean, take weed for example. That's innocent. I mean, that's like the girl at the bar you buy drinks for. She laughs at everything you say. I mean, her name's Mary Jane, for Christ's sake. Shrooms, on the other hand, shrooms is like that tatted up chick who emerges from the shadows. I've been watching you. I just thought I'd come over. My name's Christina. You call me Chris. I'm going home with Chris, I know. But, it's so, I'm getting too old to do drugs, but that doesn't mean I don't want to pass on some of the knowledge I have about doing shrooms. I don't want to miss all that knowledge. So I came up with something I called the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Tripping. And the first rule or habit is location, location, location. You're about to do a psychedelic drug. You want to make sure you go to a place with bright colors and exotic foliage. I mean, if you could get James Cameron to direct your trip, perfect. Stay away from Tim Burton, though. You don't want like a Nightmare Before Christmas atmosphere. And rule number 2 is an important one. You got to make sure that your mental cabinet is in order. And what I mean by that is you got to make sure that all of your problems are tucked away where you can't see them. Because mushrooms intensify your insecurities. They actually amplify the problems that you have. So if you are worried that you got a bad haircut, bring a hat. Okay? If you're worried that your parents are going to call during the trip, turn the cell phone off. And if you're worried that people's eyes are cameras that take a snapshot of your soul, you are already on drugs. And you not need any help. Rule number 3 is make sure you consult a shroom Sherpa. And if you don't know what a shroom Sherpa is, that's somebody who's familiar with the effects of shrooming, and they can contact them if you have an emergency. Very easy to identify these people. They're usually wearing a lot of hemp clothing. Open-toed shoes are a dead giveaway. Any white person with dreadlocks, they are a shroom Sherpa. I mean, if they can convince the world that they don't need a shower, they can convince you that the walls aren't breathing. I mean, location's important too. The last thing you want to hear about when you're taking shrooms is, "This is the same abandoned church my brother died in." Rule number 4 is relax. That guy over by the dumpster, he's not a cop. Just relax. Rule number 5 is that guy over by the dumpster, I think he's a cop. Rule number 6 is a warning. It's warning. Friendships on shrooms may appear closer than they actually are. Before you and Miguel go and get an apartment together, let's do a credit check with this. Rule number 7 is you can never bring too much stuff. Okay? I mean, you might think it's a bad idea to bring those bongos, but trust me, 3 hours later, when you're on the beach singing Ben Folds 5, you're going to be like, "Bring it home, Miguel." So those are the 7 habits of highly effective shrooming. And it might lead you to think it's the reason I got laid off recently, but it's not. I lost my job, and it's tough when you lose your job because it actually feels like your company is breaking up with you. My office manager said, "Fife, I'd like to talk to you. We need to talk. Things have changed." What's going on? "Well, the company's going in one direction, and you're going nowhere." And I was confused. I wanted some closure. I said, "Is it me?" She said, No, Fife, it's not you. You're going to make another company very happy." I said, "Well, I mean, I can work longer hours. I'll come in earlier." "Fife, don't do this. You're a great employee. Now just sign this and say you'll never come back." So I have been looking for a job, and it's tough though looking for a job because, I mean, you're selling yourself at a time when you feel the lowest. I mean, a resume really is just a list of jobs you've been previously fired from. I was in an interview recently, and the guy said, I see here it says you were let go from your last company because of a disintegration. I said, actually, no, that's disintegration. I set fire to my cuticle. Hope that's not a problem. And so I've been searching on the internet. I've also gone to these job placement agencies. Have you seen these? There's one in my town, and it says, we'll put you to work. And they did. And it was tough, because I went in there, and you don't want any of the jobs they have. They're not using the internet. The guy actually had a card catalog that he went over to, and he was like, are you able to rid a child of tuberculosis? Are you interested in exciting careers of chimney sweeping? Are you willing to fall asleep under heavy sedation? So I'm still looking for a job. And something happened recently, and it was probably inevitable. I mean, with the number of women, I contracted a porn virus on my computer. And I was embarrassed. I didn't want to take it down to a high-tech place, so I took it down to Staples. And when I got there, I knew he knew what was going on. And he says, well, sir, can you explain to me what was going on when the computer malfunctioned? I said, yeah. And I said, I was browsing internet files. He was on to me. He says, well, do you remember any part of the computer overheating? I said, well, it was pretty hot. I know that I was sweating. And he says, do you have any protection that you use? I said, well, we both know it feels a lot better with Norton Antivirus turned off. He ended it and said, sir, we've been able to restore all of your downloaded image files. So it is Christmas, and I'm married, thank you so much. Yeah. And it's interesting because when you're married, you actually alternate which family you visit on the holidays. So this year we're going to do all of my wife's traditions. We're going to sing carols around our neighborhood, and we'll hang mistletoe and drink eggnog. And it sucks because I'm going to miss out on some of the special traditions that my family has. Like, I'm not going to get to say, go fuck yourself, Mom. I might, but it'll be over the phone, and that's just not stuff. Guys, thank you all for coming out. Hope you had a good time.